Am I the meanest?
Pawn's drunk.
Am I the prettiest?
Pawn's drunk.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Pawn's drunk.
Well, who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
Who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
I can't hear you.
Pawn's drunk. AKA Mr. Moonshine himself.
Of Harlem.
Okay, you already know this is Pawn Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, aka el adobo, el sazón, el borracho, el pastor de boxeo. Mi gente, what's good, man? One of the biggest fight, most lucrative fight. Man, we're close to the most biggest fight in the sport of boxing. Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia next week. This weekend, though, we have the juggernaut. The juggernaut, Joyce versus the Bing Bang. I'm telling you, yeah, I know the ladies call me the Bing Bang, you know what I'm saying? but in boxing, you got the Big Bang, the big man from China and stuff like that, versus the juggernaut. I'm sorry, the juggernaut, not juggernaut. The Big Bang, juggernaut, all that. Anyway, let me just zip of water. Let's get pure around here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about the sport. Hey, yo, joining me very, very soon, any minute now, Spencer Fearon, the knowledge from the UK, London. Spencer Fearon, going to join your boy, Mr. Moonshine. Hold on, give me one second, ladies and gentlemen. Boxing is doing good. Boxing is doing great, y'all. Boxing is doing good. We got a lot on the table. Hold on. We got a lot on the table, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of fights. This 3 months is gonna be one hell of a ride, ladies and gentlemen. I think there's gonna be a whole boxing year, especially in this side of the pond. Ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button on your way in. Kings of the Commonwealth in the building. What's good, brother? What's good? Everybody in the chat. Y'all already know, first and foremost, God bless each and every one of y'all. This is gonna be boxing's year. I said last year, 2022 was gonna be boxing year. It was kind of a letdown to me. You know, the pandemic before that. But 2023, Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia, Juggernaut versus the Big Bang. We already had Anthony Joshua versus Franklin. We already had David Benavidez, the Mexican Monster versus Caleb Plant. That was a good event. Now we got Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia, the biggest fight in the sport of boxing on this side of the pond, the most lucrative fight, the type of fight that sustained the eyeballs in the sport of boxing, the type of fight that not only sustain, but captivate the imagination and the imaginations and the emotions of the boxing fans. I love it. And then we move it on to Devin the Dream Haney, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world, versus Lomachenko, future Hall of Famer, walking Hall of Famer, 3-division world champion. Then we move it after that. We got Canelo Alvarez, a.k.a. King Nelo, a.k.a. Cartelo, a.k.a. Cash Kelo, a.k.a. Payday, a.k.a. Okay, out of here, man, versus John Ryder out there in Mexico. 50,000 going to be there, already sold out. Then we coming over here to my town, my hometown, Madison Square Garden. Teofimo Lopez versus Joyce Taylor. Man, look, hey, yo, if you ain't a boxing fan, woo-wee. Oh, man. Damn. Yeah, let's go.
How you doing, my brother?
Joining me, the knowledge, Spencer Fearon. What's good, bruv?
I'm blessed, man. Even better for speaking to you. How's things going, Mr. Gomez? You mean Punch Drunk Boxing? How's things going, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm happy about this boxing. You know, it's a lot of fights. I think it's the best time that we had in a long time. Consecutively, momentum is good. What you think?
No, it's an excellent time for boxing right now. We've got some great fights in there. We've got there's a rumor, and it's a massive rumor if you haven't heard already, about this big heavyweight tournament that's going to happen in December in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, nah. Let me know. Let me know.
You're not here. You're not here.
Let me know. Hey, it's so much. I got my ears everywhere. That's all clogged up.
Yeah, man. What is it's been out there a little while. It's like if you got Team Abdullah who are working out with Skill Challenge out in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Derek Chisora is he works with Skill Challenge, which is through the Saudi royal family. It's like it's a subsidiary of the family in Saudi Arabia, and they are looking to put together. The rumor is, and it's a strong rumor, it's Tyson Fury versus Usyk in December, and Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder in December. Ooh. That's the talk. And
okay,
then
I heard about it.
Right. Then the winner of that fight, the winner of those two fights are going to end up fighting each other. That's the talk, right? And I think it's so big that even the losers could end up fighting the losers, right? Because but
it's still a big fight. Still a big fight. That's why Joe Joyce's team took a jab today in the press conference, right?
you know what? I didn't even see the press conference. I didn't watch it.
Now I understand. He threw a jab. He was saying that the juggernaut Joe Joyce, he's willing to compete. He's ready to fight. Not like these other guys that's waiting on December. So he's probably was talking about.
Yeah, of course. Well, you know what? Big up Joe Joyce is my guy. As you know, like Tunde Ajayi, my co-host on The Fight Is Right, we've renamed Joe Joyce Jollof Joe, as in the rice, because Joe Joyce is serious business. Joe Joyce comes to fight. Joe Joyce is that. Listen, Joe Joyce is real. That's one thing I will give him. He's just real, plods forward. He's very methodical. He's technically sound, and he can take a great shot, and he can give a great shot. And you wouldn't want that guy chasing you. You saw what he done to Josie Parker, and I rate Josie Parker highly. I think Josie Parker is a uniquely special fighter within himself. He's only lost to before then. He only lost to Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, and Dylan White. There's no shame in those losses, right?
Yeah.
And way
he puts up a fight. He put up a fight in all those fights.
Come on, man. He definitely 100% puts up a fight. But the way Joe Joyce dismantled him, you got to put Joe Joyce top 3.
That's what I put him. I put
top 3, man.
Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, and Joe Joyce.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it's a great time for boxing. Then we've got Tank and Garcia next week.
Ah, beautiful. That's a great matchup.
That's a big boy fight. That is a big boy, delicious fight, right?
Yep. And we need those fights in the sport of boxing to captivate the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fans. There's not a lot of those matchup that does, but I'm happy that we get in this fight, even though it's not going to be for no strap. But I'm happy that
it doesn't need to be for no strap. The strap to that fight is the fact that it is no strap. You don't need no strap. That fight is so big, that is so juicy, that is so delicious, that is so mouthwatering that fight don't need no strap. And not only that, but it's nice to see the build up that we're getting, Prara and all of those kind of things. Those things are great. Those things are making you're sitting down, you're saying to yourself, right, this is great for boxing, man. And this is what boxing needs. And also, there'll be a reverberation of the simple fact that Davis and Garcia are going in at each other, right? And it's not the end of the road for the loser in this fight.
Yep.
Right?
I mean, they're still young. They're still young.
Exactly. It's not the end of the road for the loser. So you can still bounce back if you were to come second place in this fight, right? But I'm going to be real with you. I got Tank winning that fight. Mm-hmm. I got Tank winning that fight, but I think it's going to take him a little while to figure out their hand speed and to get accustomed to that hand speed. And I think, like, at the time, I think Tank will stop him. I think at the time of the stoppage, I think that Garcia is going to be ahead on points. That's what I believe.
That's a fair assessment. You know, right. All this time, if anybody asks me, I always had Gervonta Davis winning. But then I see the growth of Ryan Garcia, see the speed, see his growth, see the man strength. That's why when we look at young fighters, we waiting to see where their man strength is going to be at. And I think that Gervonta Davis haven't faced nobody with that type of speed and power. So I agree with you. It's gonna be tough in the beginning for him to figure it out. Not tough, but Tank Davis does start slow.
He does. Tank does start slow, but he fights well within himself. He starts slow, but he's always looking to capitalize on you making that small mistake. You saw it done to Rolly. You see what he does all the time. He waits for those little, and he's so quick, but he can make those adjustments to put in the power shots to get the balance correct, and that's what makes him a completely dangerous fighter, but also exciting fighter. When you've got guys in the UK, I know, I mean, big up my guys down at check number 5. When you got guys in the UK who are saying, yeah, I'm going to that fight, Spence, and you're coming with me, I'm buying your ticket. I'm saying, boy, like, I know I carry weight, right? and I know I've got people, but I said, bro, they're looking for like 15 grand for ringside. I said, don't worry, we got you. We're going to the fight.
Hell yeah, 14,
right. So this is when you know, like, that's how serious it is. When you got like I got ballers in the UK who are saying, right, we're going to that fight. We're going with you, Spence. I know if we go with you, we're going to get a different experience. All the rest of it. That's how you know. Then when UK guys are looking to go fly out to a fight, which does not consist of a Brit going out to America to fight.
That is big.
Right. When you got two Americans, you know what I mean, fighting each other. One of Mexican descent, and the other guy,
African American,
black African American or black American.
Yeah,
you know that's something. Though. You know, like it's
big. It's big. And but one thing, you know, of course, the stipulations. I heard the latest. I did an article right quick. I heard the latest interview with Gervonta Davis saying that he don't want his mother going to the fight or his daughters.
I see that because you're gonna be too brutal. I saw that on your page.
Yeah, so I'm like, man, I don't know. I haven't seen this type of energy from Gervonta Davis. Now I could see it both ways. Either, you know, he's not naive to the nature of the sport, of course. You know, I don't think that maybe he don't see himself invincible. He's just being realistic, or probably just too realistic to the point where, man, are you lacking confidence? There's something about Ryan Garcia that you're threatened by. What do you feel about that?
Listen, I don't think it's something that he's being threatened by. You know, I think he knows deep down in his heart that he's gonna have to go give it to this brother. Simple as that. Because Ryan Garcia's got those hands. He's got hands. Like, and it's not just for show. He has very, very quick hands, which he's demonstrated in the past in fights. The only concerning thing that I have with Ryan Garcia is certain times where he throws his shots and he pulls out, but he pulls out with his head up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With a southpaw now, you're open for overhand right. As you pull out, you're open for overhand right. You know what I mean? Overhand right or right hook from a southpaw position. You're open for that. But whether or not that worries me. But not only that, you got floored by Luke Campbell. Mm-hmm. Luke Campbell's not noted as a big, massive. He's not a power puncher. He's
a gold medalist, though. Medalist.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I did the commentary for his fight for the BBC when he won his gold medal, because that was in the UK 2012. So that was a big thing, right? So, but if Luke Campbell can knock you down, right? Mm-hmm. Tank's gonna do something to you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be real.
I mean, that's the logical part of it. But we've seen great fighters get knocked down by guys that we wouldn't feel like these fighters will knock them down. Like, look, Michael Garcia got knocked down by a guy that we really don't know, but he ain't getting knocked down by Errol Spence. You know, so sometimes,
I'll take that one, but I'm just using that one where I'm saying, like, with Gervonta Davis, he's a tank. Literally, he's a tank. He's a power puncher. He's a destructive power puncher. And he's a hurtful guy.
Yeah. And I think they underestimate. I think a lot of people do underestimate. He got the analysis of Mike Tyson, when people they just saw power, but they didn't see the intellect.
You know what? The thing about it is this, because Mike Tyson traded on just that power. Mm-hmm. There's a lot more, especially when you see like when Tank beat Pedraza. Yeah, he was boxing in that fight. He was boxing, but he was letting off hard shots. So when you look at that, you know, like, Tank's not just bringing, I'm just gonna try and knock you out. Yeah. Right? He tries other stuff in there, right? And he's got decent feet as well. He's got decent feet. I rate the guy, but don't get twisted. If anybody's to beat Garcia, anybody's to beat Tank right now, it's Garcia.
I mean, because he got the dynamic, he got the ingredients to.
I'm telling you, he's got the ingredients to beat him. He's got the hands. He moves fast. And not only that, he's got Goose in his corner. Goosen's. Yep. I remember Goosen, and I'm going way back. I'm talking like I remember Goosen from that. Their standout star was a guy called Michael Nunn, who became 2-time. He was middle and super middleweight world champion. But when the night that Michael Nunn beat Frank Tate for the IBF world title, he stops him in 9 rounds. Mm-hmm. That's one of the greatest displays that I've seen in boxing. It was incredible. The display of boxing that he produced. And Frank Tate went no mug. Frank Tate was the Olympic gold medalist in 84, right? Okay. And yeah, Michael Nunn in 88 just laid hands on him. And so Goosens, they know boxing, man. They've been around. They know this game. Forget about the frilly shirts and the tight jeans that he wears, right? The brother knows boxing.
looking like John Travolta in Grease.
Exactly, right? So forget about that. You know what I mean?
But man, I'm so hype about this fight because it does a lot for boxing. You know, it does bring eyeballs and sustain the eyeballs that probably we don't have in this side of the pond. Over there, you know, in the UK, they support y'all. I love y'all over there in the UK, but in America, it's like, you know, we got all these sports. We got the NCAA, we got NBA, we got MLB, we got all these things. So this is the fight that I think it shuts down every sport. It leads. It's the Super Bowl right now. You know, I feel like.
You know what? I agree with you. Right. We say, like, is there much bigger fights than this right now? Is there much, you know, yeah, you got a new member, right? So big up my brother Caesar. You know what I mean?
Caesar, good member, good looking out, my brother. Appreciate you, brother. God bless.
Right. I'm saying, like, are we going to see something amazingly special? I'm saying the mere fact that you're getting 2 men at the time of their careers who are willing to go up against each other, not, let's wait it out or let's do this and that. No, I'm saying, cool, let's go have this. Because we hear this all the time. Who's Garcia? Garcia's meant to be fighting everyone and it never happens. And now this has happened. So they must know something. I don't think they're doing it for the money. They must know something we don't know. Right? So props to the young man for taking this fight. I'm really looking forward to this.
And he wanted this fight. He'd been calling for this fight for like 3 years already. And I spoke to Henry Garcia, his father. He said, my son been studying Gervonta Davis, watching tapes for 3 years nonstop. Like, this is the guy. And I don't know, when there's a fighter that just dialed in on one man, one fighter to define their legacy, he's a dangerous guy. He's a dangerous man. Have you ever met a fighter that he fought a couple of fights, but it's just this one guy down the line? I just want him. And then eventually he got him.
You know what? I could, because Usyk was from the get-go. He wanted Anthony Joshua.
Oh yeah,
yeah, from the get-go. I know people that know Usyk, and he was like, "Yeah, I want Anthony Joshua." So from when the fight was announced, and then people say, "Nah, he's gonna deal with Josh," and I'm like, "He ain't gonna beat nobody." He from the get-go, he wanted Anthony Joshua. That was it. Right? He didn't want to say, I want to be heavyweight champion of the world. No, I want Anthony Joshua. So there's a difference, and he's got his wish. He got his wish, and unfortunately for us in the UK, he defeated Anthony Joshua twice.
Damn, man. How you like about Anthony Joshua's last performance? Talking about Anthony Joshua.
Well, you know what? I was very, very critical on Anthony at the fight, because at the fight, me and Baba Tundi Ajayi, the trainer of Anthony Yard, trainer manager of Anthony Yard, and my co-host on the fight is right. We were there, and we was very, very disappointed with Anthony Joshua. But I think there was a lot of pressure on Anthony Joshua simply for the fact, like, we remember the nights when he was blowing out guys. Remember the night against Klitschko, you know what I mean, where he had to bite down his gum shield and throws an uppercut and takes Klitschko's head away from his neck, literally with
the infamous picture.
Yeah, right. So we remember those nights. Remember those nights when he blasted out Charles Mike. Remember those nights, you know what I mean, when he beat up Dominic Brazil. So when you remember those nights so much, you think to yourself, like, we want to see that again. We want to see when you used to just walk through guys, bite down your gum shoulders, bang them out. We're not going to get that now because Anthony Joshua's with a new trainer. I'm telling you this now through experience. When you go with a new coach, it's going to take you about 3 to 4 fights before you properly readjust to that guy.
True.
Right? Mm-hmm. And him working with Derek James, it's a whole new cacophony of next level education for him. So he's in there now. He's thinking to himself like, well, what exactly do I do here? And so he's picking up stuff, and he's also under a lot of pressure. He hasn't won a fight in 2 years.
Is it a lot of? I think many fighters, especially in that level, got a lot of pressure. But I think he's probably adding more pressure to himself. I think he second guessed himself in the ring. That's how it looks like.
No, and I agree. I agree with you. Reason being is because he's trying to be too polished now. He's trying to be like, hey, I got to be, like the tight hands up. Yeah. Very Errol Spence in that fight. He's trying to say to himself, like, I've got to be this way here. If I'm tight, my hands are up tight, and I don't want to make no mistakes, and all the rest of it. And he boxed within himself. And I admit now, because I was saying, if you don't knock out this guy in 6 rounds, you should retire. Right? I was saying that more as motivation. No. I'm going to be real. I was saying it more as motivation as well. And he's my guy. I got a really good interview with him. I've known Anthony for years, right? Before all of this Joshua hype train, right? This before he went to the Olympics. Yeah. And when those guys were meeting me, they were gassed to meet me. Oh my God, I'm meeting the knowledge, right? Mm-hmm. To where he's come from and what he has done, he should be greatly commended and saluted. The amount of money that he's earned, and he's tried to keep his dignity, right? He's been accessible to both lines of culture, to white European culture, to black culture as well. He's just played it. He's played it that way. Yeah. And because he's played it that way, and the amount of money that he's earned, there was a lot of envy from other heavyweights because he's still the cash cow, right? Yep. You talk about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is not the cash cow like Anthony Joshua. You know why he's not the cash cow like Anthony Joshua? Because he's not endorsed by no one, right? It's not that Tyson Fury doesn't want to be endorsed. Of course he does, but he's not being endorsed by nobody because people don't know how to play him. They know how to play Anthony Joshua. So you with Anthony Joshua, you know you're going to get Mr. Safe, Mr. Polite, the guy that kisses the babies. So it's cool. We can roll with you, right? So, we'll see. We'll see.
Look, I said, you know what? I got to go to Madison Square Garden and check out the Lost and Found and see if they find his killer instinct after the Andy Ruiz. I think he left his killer instinct in Madison Square Garden. It's still the Lost and Found, Spencer. I think so.
I agree with you. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? I agree with you on that, but it's before then. It was from the Klitschko fight. After the Klitschko fight, he was around Robert McCracken, who he's no longer with. But those guys were saying, listen, we're going to play this thing safety first. We're tight guard. We're going to throw the jab out. That's what we're going to do, right? If the knockout comes, it comes. He had a lackluster performance against Takam. Then after that, he fights Povetkin. Povetkin hurt him. I was ringside for that fight. Povetkin hurt him a couple times in that fight.
I like the way he adjusted, though.
Yep. Then he readjusted. Then it wasn't Povetkin. Then it was Joseph Parker, where they just got him like, listen, from now on, we're just going to box these brothers, right? And if the knockout comes, it comes. Now, that's nice, but we know what drew the fans. And what drew the fans is that you should stick it on guys and you bang them out. That's what was the thing about you. We want to go watch that. So do I think that he can come back to that, to that? No, I think we're going to see a different Anthony Joshua. We're going to see a more mature Anthony Joshua. And I think...
I agree with you. You know why? Because I said, if he couldn't find the killer instinct in the second fight of Alexander Usyk, he's never going to find it.
Right. But the thing about it is this, even in that fight, you can see he was trying to do too much in that fight as well. So it's not even the case like the killer instinct. He's saying because he hasn't come from a boxing background where like, his dad used to box. This one used to box. My great granddad used to box. I'm going into the boxing gyms from I'm 6, 7, 8 years old. No, Anthony Joshua went into boxing as an 18-year-old. That is that is bloody late. That's late. But he found out, right, I'm actually good at this, so I'm going to stick at it, right? Yeah. And within no time now, he was on the GB squad. So you think to yourself, shit, and then you're picking up titles. He's a national champion as an amateur. He won a European silver medal, and then he goes to the Olympics. As he goes to the Olympics, he wins the Olympic gold medal. So he's being pushed So it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
You think why I don't think people now give him the benefit of the doubt why he started late is because we had Deontay Wilder also start late and the Juggernaut start at the age of 22. But look how polished he is. Look at he still got the end. To be honest, at the age of 37, I haven't seen a fighter substantially get better and better. Like those are the type of ages where you like, you just
Yeah. I'll tell you the difference with Joe Joyce is like he's mentally really tuned in.
Mhm.
Joe Joyce is very tunnel visioned, and he's very honest with himself, right? And he works out things and he studies. He's a big thinker. He studies out things. He doesn't, you know what I mean? And he realized like this works. I'm going to keep my hands high and I'm going to keep on pushing with the jab, and get that rhythm on the jab and get my head movement going as well. And I'm just going to simply keep on pushing you forward and wearing you down. And that's what works for Joe Joyce. So all the credit in the world to him.
Yeah, I got him winning. To be honest, I do agree with Tyson Fury when he did say that Joyce is going to be his toughest opponent. I do think so. He's 270 pounds. You're not going
to. He sparred with Tyson Fury, and
you got stories. You got sparring.
Yeah, he sparred with Tyson Fury, and he done real good with Tyson Fury. And fair play to Tyson Fury. He's on a mission. He's saying, "Yeah, Joe Joyce gave me that work, right?" So we'll see, man.
Hey man, he cracking orbital bones with a jab. He's dangerous man.
No, listen, he's dangerous, and he's dangerous. Not only that, like he wants to fight, and like I was saying earlier, I did an interview on IFL, and I was saying the same thing. When Joe Joyce turned professional, right?
Mm-hmm.
His first professional fight, even though he's an Olympic silver medalist, his first professional fight was against a guy called Ian Lewison. Ian Lewison fought Dylan White for the British title, and on the circuit in the UK, we know Ian Lewis ain't no joke. He can fight, especially if he's up for it. He's gonna go get and Joe Joyce boxed him. I think it was a 10 rounder. His first pro fight was a 10 rounder. You ain't heard of that, you know what I mean? Right. You know what I mean? First pro fight was a 10 rounder, and he comprehensively beat up Ian Lewison. So from then, he's real. And then, so if you look at the fights that he's had, he's been very real.
I like Salas as a trainer. Salas.
Yeah, exactly. That was because of when he first came into it, he linked up with David Hay. But Salas is a good trainer, very good trainer.
Very good trainer, yeah.
Very good trainer. So he's only going to improve. And like I said, Jollof Joe, as we call him in the UK, right? He's a problem. He is a problem.
Shout out to Coach Wade. He works with Joe Joyce as a strength and conditioning coach. He's doing a hell of a job with a lot of fighters as well. Coach Wade, I
see him at the public workout yesterday. So yeah.
He got Ramirez, Rosie Ramirez. He just got the Philippine fighters. He back to back on 2 weekends straight champions. They won. He's doing a hell of a job. Mm-hmm. What do you think? What do you think about Devin the Dream Haney versus Lomachenko?
Big fight. You're gonna see what's going on. I can't say nothing, but I know I like Devin a lot. I know his dad Bill. They're good people, very very good people, and I think it's the right time for him to go up against Lomachenko. Now, if I'd have said if you'd have gone back 3 years ago, no, Lomachenko was head and shoulders above anyway. But then Lomachenko had a performance in which I was watching in the Projaza fight. I was saying to myself, I just see Tank knock this brother out. And you didn't struggle, but you didn't beat him as convincingly as Tank beat him.
He looked like a raccoon, man. He was all scarfed.
All right. And then, so I watched that fight. Then I watched him versus Luke Campbell.
The Linares, he got dropped by Linares.
He got dropped by Linares, but no, there's no shame in getting dropped by Linares. Yeah. Linares wobbled Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Right? Linares is a multiple weight world champion. Linares can fight. I remember when Linares on the up, just coming up. This is when the late great Emmanuel Stewart was alive, and Emmanuel Stewart saying, "Yeah, and this is the closest thing I've seen in Sugar Ray Robinson." I'm like, "What? Sugar Ray Robinson is the closest thing?" Yeah, I remember that. So that's the esteem that they held him in. So I ain't knocking anything of that. Like he got dropped, but he did drop him. But the way that Lomachenko got up and just dealt with him, all the credit in the world to Lomachenko for that. Yeah. But it was a Luke Campbell fight. When I was watching that, and I'm saying to myself, bro, you ain't all cracked up to what you be. Even that way you're getting long in the tooth. All these 315 amateur fights are catching up to you, right?
Defensive lapses.
Well, it's not only that. This is the thing is like in the UK, I'll get criticized because when you get a European fighter who demonstrates skills, in the UK, they just go nuts. Like, he's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm saying, brother, I used to see Pernell Whitaker do better than that. You know what I mean? Don't believe me? Let's go watch Pernell Whitaker's fight. Go watch Pernell Whitaker versus Jose Luis Ramirez. What was that? August of '89. Go watch that fight. That is what you call defensive wizardry.
He was the man.
Right?
And he'll stay in the pocket too.
Right, okay. No one can't tell me. But what I've noticed is, like, when Europeans or white people see a white man doing the shit that we're used to seeing, right? Then it's something, oh my goodness, like they've invented the wheel.
Like Eminem.
Eminem. You get what I'm trying to say to you? I'm not saying that he's not bad. He is bad. Lomachenko's wicked. He's an excellent fighter. But that don't go on like, it's, you know what I mean? There's certain things that are enigmas that I'm saying, right, nah, you're a badass. Like Eminem when he's rapping, no, come on, give him his dues. He's bad. You know what I mean? Eminem like 10 years ago, come on. Right? Come on, right? But Lomachenko, to me, is seemingly a brushed up Elvis Presley on certain things. You know what I'm trying to say?
I feel you. I know what you're trying to say.
Right. Because if I listen to rock and roll, Elvis Presley is not in my top 5 of rock and roll.
Facts.
Right? But Eminem's in my top 5 of rappers of all time. I'm going to be real. He's in my top 5.
Yeah, man. He got the skills, man. He got skills.
No, Eminem's in my top 5. Right?
Yeah. The one thing I like about Lomachenko, though, he does know how to adjust in the later rounds. Like every fight, he knows how to adjust. Even when you got him, even with the Linares, Campbell, even the Jermaine Ortiz, he looked at lackluster in that fight, but he made adjustments. He took away the body shots from Jermaine Ortiz, and then he slightly won the fight. I think he can make some adjustments that Devin Haney haven't seen. But there's a lot of upsides to Devin Haney as well. You know, if he could use the range, he used that incredible jab, his intellect, his footwork. I think he's gonna have to sit down on his punches though to get the respect when he make that type of adjustments. When Lomachenko makes the type of adjustments.
The old adage that styles make fights, styles actually do make fights. Do I think that Lomachenko can give him trouble? Yeah, I do. But I just think it's the right time for Devin Haney to be victorious in this fight. I don't think it'll be an easy fight for Devin Haney, but I have to just rate the way how Devin Haney is constantly keeps on improving. And the 2 wins over George Kambosos, and Kambosos is no mug at all, makes me know that Devin Haney, the dream, is literally the reality.
Yeah. Good slogan. Hey, you need a commercial. The dream, now the reality.
Yeah. I might have to do that one.
Right? Yo, look at this. Look. I want to know your opinion though on the UK, because I see there's 2 different type of fan bases, right? There's a lot of people that's happy about Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor, but there's a lot of people also that's mad about that fight is happening and not the Catterall fight. Let me know what's the energy out there in the UK.
You know what? How I see this, excuse the noise because my kids have just come back in the house, but I'm saying like how I see I don't know anybody being upset by Teofimo and Josh Taylor. That's a wonderful fight. A wonderful fight. Yeah. I mean, how do you see that fight going, Punch Drunk?
Oh man. I mean, look, I got Tio slightly. I got Tio winning that fight. Josh Taylor. I don't know if he's a hungry fighter. I see Josh Taylor not. He wins fights, but he puts himself in position where he ends up in a fight when he doesn't need to end up in a fight. I see it where he did it with Victor Postal, Regis Prograis, even though those are good fighters, but I see him that he just sometimes he gets bored in establishing his range, identifying the range that he just get into, smothering his own shots and smothering his opponent's shots, and then he gets into a fight where he doesn't need to get into a fight, but he prevails. Teofimo Lopez, I believe that he has fallen in love with his power and have his mental lapses when it comes to defense, throwing the jab, being consistent with the jab. But I think that when Teofimo Lopez, when the brightest light, he shows up. You know, it's almost like a juggernaut too.
It's not only that. I'm saying this now. I believe that because 2 years ago there was talk about Josh Taylor going up to 147 to fight Terrence Crawford, right? So I'm saying being suited at 140 is going to suit Teofimo Lopez way better than it is going to suit way better than
Josh
it's
Taylor.
going to go suit Josh Taylor coming down to weight. Josh
Yeah.
Taylor's a big unit. That's number one. Number two, depending if Teo's on it, because you got to be on it. Josh Taylor is a good fighter,
Yeah.
a very very good fighter that finds ways. I was not impressed with his fight against Catterall. I thought he lost that fight. I thought that Catterall won that fight,
Yeah.
right? But we shall see now what's going to happen. Oh, someone in here said this boxing spot. Yeah, said Cambosis is a C-level fighter, right?
Yeah.
So if he's a C-level fighter, how did he manage to beat Teofimo Lopez? Just out of curiosity, I just want to know. Cambosis can fight. Give the guy his dues. He can fight.
And you know what? I did. I know that there was some complications with Teofimo Lopez, but once you get inside the ring, there's no excuses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I said before the fight, if you ever heard me talk about that fight and lead up to the fight, I said that fight was going to be tougher than the Lomachenko fight.
Okay.
Just because the combination of punches he was throwing, and a lot of people thought I was capping. People was like, nah, he's gonna end it in 3 rounds. I'm like, yo, y'all haven't seen George Camboso. You know, styles make fights.
Well, you say that, yeah. Lee Selby, former IBF featherweight champion of the world, he was like, nah, Cambosis is gonna get done, right?
Yeah.
He was saying that. He said Cambosis is gonna lose. There's no way. He said Tio was most probably going to knock him out in 4 rounds. I remember that because I worked on a card for ESPN, and then at the fight was in Wales, and Lee Selby was there, and I asked him because it was the night before, and he said, "Nah, he ain't got no chance." And so I'm telling you, let's give Cambosis, let's put some respect to his name, and even more so, we got to put even more respect on Devin Haney's name because Devin Haney went in with him twice, defeated him twice, comprehensively on home ground. He beat him on the other guy's home ground. So you know what I mean. Props to Devin Haney. You have to have a certain level of mental toughness to say you're going away to bring in a performance like that. So you know what I mean. All the props in the world to him.
Yeah, the other day I was actually not debunking that, but I feel like you know, people say, yo, when you go away, that's a risk. That's a risk. And I think we hear it a lot, but I think that we see, look at all the champions. Look at Tyson Fury, look at Inoue, not Inoue, he ain't won his championship, but what you call it, Kell Brook has won it abroad. Like almost all these champions have won it abroad. They haven't won it really in their hometown. Is it a myth, or is it, hey, you're world class?
No. How it goes is this. You know, like if you're a away fighter, you're an away fighter. You have to deal with the crowd. You got to deal with the general consensus that the judges ain't going to be on your side, right? It's all of those kind of things. Like your away. It was like Antti Yard could tell you some stories that he had when he was getting ready to fight Sergei Kovalev. You know, I mean, they turn up at the hotel. They deliberately had no Wi-Fi in there. They deliberately had no hot water in there. You know, I mean, they had to unplug their telephones because they're getting late night phone calls from people trying to disturb their sleep. So all of this is just how it goes, right? There are skullduggeries in the game, right? So it's not going to be level or even playing fields for anybody. It's difficult. It's hard. But regardless of that, a fight's a fight. And if you're destined to win, you're destined to win. If it's written in the stars, then you've got it, man.
Maybe because I hear it from the narrative point of view and the American side, and me being an American, I was like, man, stop! I don't hear the UK people having that type of excuse. So people abroad, like, there was never the narrative that George Cambosa came from Australia to beat T.O. You know what I'm saying? But everybody said, but Devin Haney went to Australia. Like we try to give like them little extra credit. But
I'm being real. Devin Haney should get extra credit for going to Australia and coming out being world champion, no doubt. I mean, let's call it as it is. Devin Haney deserves all the props in the world.
The undisputed lightweight champion.
Yeah, it was an incredible win, and it was a spectacular performance. When people tell me I say it's a decent performance, but it was a spectacular performance in the fact that you are fighting away. That is it.
See, for me, I say when I see that fight or analyze that fight, I think that every time they fight, Devin Haney, he's going to be linked to his contemporary. He's going to be linked to Tank. It's going to be linked to Shakur. It's going to be linked to Tio. And I think that's what people are gauging their performance.
Yeah. What did you think of Shakur Stevenson the other night? What do you think of him?
Perfect. Like I think he's showing, especially
So one sec. Are you Puerto Rican descent, Mr. Gomez?
Dominican.
Yeah, Dominican. Okay. I'll give you a squeeze then. I thought because you're being a little bit biased there. Cause
No.
Yeah.
I just after the Nakatilia fight when he my fault. After the Nakatilia fight where he apologized because of his performance, even though that he outboxed his Nakatilia for 12 rounds, but he felt the need to apologize to the fans because he feel like, he need with his toolbox he need to perform. And ever since that, at Jamel Hearing, he stopped them. Oscar Valdez, he heard him. Consorcial, he heard him, and then he moved up to the 135-pound division, and look what he did. So I'm looking at Shakur Stevenson. I don't see no mistakes. He's the main right now. He's becoming this type of attraction, in my opinion. I think that was a good statement.
Listen, let's be real. He is so polished.
Yep.
Right, that's how you gotta call it. He is so polished. Doesn't waste shots. Everything is well thought out prior. And this kid, he must practice a lot of the stuff that he's putting in. My only thought is this: I'd just like to see him throw more combinations in fights.
Yeah,
right, because he is trying these single shots, but they're hurtful single shots. And he looks big now. He's boxing as a lightweight. He never used to look so big. He used to look like like a kid. He don't look like a kid no more. Don't like a kid. And that was an incredible. As far as I'm concerned, it was an incredible performance. Very good.
You can still see that he's a small lightweight because when I went to the presser and I see him next to Keyshawn Davis next to him, even where he cutting weight, looked like a welterweight.
Now Keyshawn Davis is big.
He's a big boy.
He's a big dude, man. He's a big kid.
Yeah.
You should get him. You should get him on your show. I'll send you all his deals. You're a nice kid.
I got him like 3-4 times. That's my guy.
I don't know. You don't post it, man. Yeah, I mean, Keyshawn's good people. I spent a lot of time with when he's out in Dubai. When he boxed out there, was that boy? That's
in the zone card.
Two. No. That was on ESPN card 2 years ago. That was on the undercard. Jamel Hearing and versus Carl Frampton. I was at him, spent time with him and his family. His mom's real good people as well, nice people. And I rate that kid, man. I rate that kid greatly, man. I really do. I rate that kid greatly.
Well, all those guys, I be following them way before he turned pro. Like him going at it with Andy Cruz from Cuba.
Okay.
So Keisha go way back to the amateurs. Me following him in the amateurs, like Boots Ennis. I said 4 or 5 years ago, I said, man, this kid's going to be the second coming of Roy Jones Jr. People like, man, come on, Punch. You got to stop prematurely. I'm like, this kid is special. Watch.
I had Boots on 3 weeks ago, him and his pops on our show. And, bro, he's special talent, man.
Yeah. And he
special talent.
Special. Like, there's good fighters, great fighters, but then there's these special fighters. And of course, he hasn't had these type of opponents, but I think it's going to be hard for him to get some type of some opponents because he got every tool in the box. And then he's a good kid. He's homesome, homebody. Don't go out like that. Those are the dangerous fighters right there. Those.
Trust me on that. Trust me on that. Good fire. And I'm looking forward to seeing their progression. I really am desperately looking forward to see their progression, man. But yeah, man, I'm always a joy to be on your show, man.
You can't leave to tell me this, man. What's good with my brother Conor Benn?
What's going on with him? Listen, a lot of people don't talk on Conor Benn. I spoke to Conor this morning. We was on the phone together talking.
Shout out to Conor Benn, man. I like
right. Let me tell you this now, yeah. He's going to release, I believe, who is speaking? He's going to release his 270-page documentation. Mm-hmm. And when you see on the certain things that have gone on, you can see why he's aggrieved and why he's behaving in a way that he's behaving. But you're going to see the report. I believe that because we were speaking. He said, I might just release that report now. So you might as well. You're going to have to lose. And then people will see. And if I know Conor, I don't believe that Conor's a drug cheat. I know him. I know his father very well. I do not believe that he's a drug cheat. Right? Mm-hmm. Now, what I'm saying is, when this comes out, then I want to hear what everyone's saying. And fair play to him, because in the UK, he's been getting it. He's been getting it. It's been horrid. You know what I mean? So it's been horrid to him. So when that comes out, hopefully he releases it in the next few weeks. Then we shall see where everybody and you can see why he's been aggrieved and why he's fought the way he has fought to say, like, I'm innocent. So we're gonna see this, and you're gonna know, and it's gonna bring reverberations around how these doping agencies do stuff, or how certain machinery does not work at a certain time, and you're gonna see it. Then when we see it, then we know.
I hope it does. I hope it does. You know, I'm giving Conor Benn the benefit of the doubt. I don't know about other people, but I'm giving Conor Benn the benefit.
But you're gonna see. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna see. Like, we've turned around. We said we believe that he's innocent. I'm sticking to it. I believe that he's innocent. I know him. Either he is the world's greatest liar. We speak in depth, right? And he's got me fooled. He's got his dad fooled, or his dad's in on it as well, who's a man of God now, and all of them. We will see. But I just believe that Conor Benn is innocent, not just because I know him. I just believe he's innocent because we've sat and we've spoken about this. I'm saying, bro. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, I got Conor Benn. I want Conor Benn. I think he's a top welterweight as well. Probably top 5, maybe the 5th or the 6th. But I want to see him in the ring already. I think he could be a highly special talent. And I think that out of all the welterweights, he will have a country behind him. Hopefully, the country gets behind them like they was about to.
Well, we shall see, because the country's kind of. Well, we shall see. But like I was saying to him, look, as soon as you come back and you fight, and God willing, you come back to fight soon. As soon as you come back and fight, then it gets forgotten about.
That's
right?
boxing. That's just boxing, right?
This is boxing. I mean, this is boxing. But we shall see. But like I said, Punch Drunk, always a pleasure being on PDB and chopping it up with my brother, Mr. Gomez. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna come to America soon. I'm coming to America soon. I'm not talking about the movie. I'm coming to America soon.
That's what I'm talking about.
To come eat some Dominican food. All right.
Oh yeah. I got all the spots.
Okay.
And the mom and pops.
All right. Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for being on your show. And for you guys who want the real lowdowns of what's going on in the UK and real boxing opinions from guys who are in the game, tune into the Fight Is Right on the Stamina for Sale platform on the YouTube. All right. Peace, 2 fingers. I'm out. Pleasure being on your show, bro.
Peace out, my brother. God bless.
All right, love.
All right. My brother, the knowledge, Spencer Fearing. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. My brother, the knowledge, Spencer Fearing, man, one of the historians of the sport of boxing, or the historian of the sport of boxing, man. Would love to chop it up with Fearing. Knows a lot about the sport of boxing, the business, the science, the knowledge, the history, the history of the sport of boxing is great. Look, I hope that Conor Benn does prevail. I'm still rocking with Conor Benn. I think that he's innocent to proven guilty. And I say that because I'm very knowledgeable also on what goes behind the scenes in certain situations. Like I'm one of those guys. If you're a fighter, I'd be like, hey, yo, my man, don't be drinking water, man. Carry your own water, bring your own food and things of that nature. It's like that. Like sometimes you could get got by your own people and stuff like that. So that's why I'm a firm believer in you know, let Conor Benn, you know what I'm saying, give his you know, his documents and let him speak on him. You know, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. That's just me, you know. Man, I believe in my gut. But look, ladies and gentlemen, yo, we got Rapstar Boxing Now as the voice of the UK. London, what's good, Rapstar? London dope production in the building. What's good, bro? What's good? Yeah, man, we working on this time. Hey, yo, it is boxing is lit, and yesterday we had Jake Paul announcing his fight with Nate Diaz. Now, of course, there's gonna be people like, but that's not real boxing, yo. That's not that, man. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. He brings the eyeballs in the sport of boxing. I think I'm grateful for Jake Paul. We should be grateful for Jake Paul, y'all. Nah, don't get mad at Jake Paul, man. He bringing the eyeballs in the sport of boxing. Hold on. Let me get this thing out of here. Let me think this one out of here. So yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Smash the like button. Y'all already know, man. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. You already know it's Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine. Now you see the thumbnail, right? And I want to talk about this, right? So Gervonta Davis had an interview with Complex. I think it was yesterday, or they uploaded it yesterday. And I'm gonna be real, y'all, bro. I'm gonna be real, man. I'm questioning the confidence of Gervonta Davis. I'm highly questioning the confidence of Gervonta Davis. Now, there's some fighters out there that they don't bring their family to watch them fight. There's some fighters out there that they really strict about. Not everybody's Manny Pacquiao. Not everybody not everybody is Floyd Mayweather to have their kids and their wife and stuff like that. Not everybody's Deontay Wilder to bring his kids and his wife to watch him fight live in the front row. Some of the wives don't go to the fight, you know. But if you are that type of fighter that you usually bring your family to a fight, but now you're not bringing your family to the fight, and the question that was asked by the interviewer is that you said, let me go by what the interviewer said. Hold on, give me 1 second, right? I want to read it to y'all. I don't want to give me 1 second. If you haven't subscribed to my website, subscribe to the website punchdrumboxing.net. Because I wrote an article about it. So the interviewer said, I've heard you say you don't like to bring your family to fights. You feel that it's going to be a war. So he don't want to bring his family to a fight in which he feels is going to be a war. But how many wars has Gervonta Davis been in? And with the skills and talent and the predictions of Gervonta Davis is always that he is going to impose his will and damage the other fighter, strip that other fighter's health. That's Gervonta Davis. So there only could be one fight. We seen his, and shout out to his mom, shout out to Gervonta Davis' mom, and shout out to his beautiful princess and stuff like that. This isn't about, we talking about family. I'm just going by the interview with Gervonta Davis and trying to analyze and assess what he means by this. So the interviewer asked Gervonta Davis, I've heard you say you don't like to bring your family to fights. You feel that it's going to be a war. Do you feel this is a fight you will bring your family to? Gervonta Davis answered him, nah, I don't think so. Nah, I won't bring them there. The interviewer followed up with, why do you think it's going to be a war? He said, it may be, it can get there. So I think more so I leave the kids and women home. And the interviewer replied, let the man handle the business, right? Gervonta Davis said, even my mom, you got to stay home. Yeah, you got to stay home. But my mother, she's tough. But nah, no Mom Dukes. It can get ugly on both sides. It's a 50-50 fight. I believe that Gervonta Davis, and it's telling you let me know if I'm wrong. You let me know if you analyzing how I'm analyzing it, or you just completely don't disagree. Gervonta Davis has been contemplating losing to Ryan Garcia. I believe that he's knowledgeable about, and highly knowledgeable. And you got to be highly knowledgeable if you actually, studying your opponent. Gervonta Davis have studied Ryan Garcia so much that I do feel he is threatened by Ryan Garcia's skills and talent. I'm not saying that Gervonta Davis don't got the skills and talent. I'm not saying that Gervonta Davis can't beat Ryan Garcia, because I think that if you predict that Ryan Garcia that Ryan Garcia is going to lose to Gervonta Davis, rightfully so. It's a good pick. Like Gervonta Davis said, it's a 50-50 fight. That's what he said. He says a 50-50 fight. But then he'll say in another interview that Ryan Garcia only got a left hook. I see a lot of contradictions. I see a lot of inconsistency when it comes to Gervonta Davis and when he talk about this fight. Is he promoting this fight? Is he letting the people know that maybe Ryan Garcia is better than what you think he is, so people can actually think that is a 50-50 fight, or he actually feels a 50-50 fight? As a matter of fact, I do feel like he is threatened some way by the skills and talent, the speed and the power of Ryan Garcia, because as we all know, we got the eye for talent. We analyze Gervonta Davis' past opponents. Gervonta Davis really don't get in the ring with guys that have power. Ryan Garcia, whether you like Ryan Garcia or not, whether you feel like Ryan Garcia is going to lose to Gervonta Davis has never faced nobody with the type of power and the type of speed of Ryan Garcia. Those are the facts. Gervonta Davis has never faced nobody with the type of speed and power of Ryan Garcia ever. Never, ever. Now, Gervonta Davis in the same interview have stated, in which I believe you already know, I've been following Gervonta Davis for a long time. I told y'all that Gervonta Davis got the skills to pay the bills, that he's actually underrated when it comes to the intellect, when it comes to his IQ. He know how to move in the ring. He know how, and y'all saw that versus Pitbull Cruz. You know what I'm saying? Where his hands was damaged, he was working with one hand. We saw the footwork and we saw the IQ of Gervonta Davis. We see him not, you know what I'm saying, not Russian fighters, even though that he got an explosive knockout power. He got grenades, he got cement in those hands. His pressure is effective. He fights like he's fighting a 12-round bout. He's not there to pressure you. He's not there to throw weird shots, haymakers, and things of that nature. Now, Gervonta Davis is a disciplined power puncher. A disciplined power puncher. Athleticism, speed and power, the evolution of speed and power. You could say to Gervonta Davis, or you could say in a fight like this, is the evolution of speed and power. Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis. But ever since the stipulation, I've been questioning the confidence of Gervonta Davis, because you went to the 140. You fight Mario Barrios. You fought Mario Barrios. You fought a power puncher like Rolly. There was no stipulation. There was no stipulation. I don't give a damn. There's a lot of people out here in this community be like, but what Ryan Garcia was fighting in 140, and did this one for 140. And if he gonna accept the stipulation, stop talking about the stipulation. And what I'm talking about, forget about the stipulation. The stipulation is there. The catch weight, the rehydration clause, the no tune-up, whatever it is. At the end of the day, we never seen Tank or his team act like this cautious. We haven't seen that. Let's be real. Let's be honest. And even if Gervonta Davis was right here, or anybody in the team right now, have you seen Gervonta Davis? Have you seen a contract like this before? Now, of course, you've never seen a fight like this before, the magnitude of a fight like this, but the stipulation on the Ryan Garcia that never was a champion, right? You only say you got a left hook, and you're not even inviting your family, because you feel and family members that's always going to your fight. But see, your family member went to the Rolly fight. Moms went to the Mom went to the Rolly fight. Mom went to the Hector Garcia fight. But mom can't go to the Ryan Garcia fight because you may, I'm not going to say fear, but you're thinking about them. Maybe you're going to be the one that's taking the L. Maybe the brutality is going to be on you. And I'm just analyzing like, damn, Gervonta Davis. Ryan Garcia got you like this. Randy, de lo mío, dímelo, mi hermano. Randy in the building. La música de Randy, my friend. You already know, Dominican in the building. Randy con la República Dominicana, la bandera. Say. Randy. Hey. Wait. Hey. Come on. ¡Ay! Apágame las músicas. Estamos hablando de boxeo. Randy, dímelo, mi hermano. If you can name an undefeated fighter Ryan's went against, let me know right now. I will say it for you, Punch. Fear. Beisel said fear. Do you believe that he fears Ryan Garcia? Look, to be honest, man, I don't believe that no fighter fear no fighter, especially in this level. But, yo, with the stipulation, and I don't hear nobody's talking about this. I wrote an article again. Subscribe to my website, punchdrunkboxing.net. Yeah, I be writing my articles. I do my little typey type. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? We upgraded the website. The podcast is up. You can listen to the podcast on Spotify, iTunes plays. I'm doing everything. I'm just one man. I'm a one-man army. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to donate to the channel, donate to the website. Y'all already know, man. Hook a brother up, all right? All right, smash the like button, super chat, cash app. Y'all already know. We working out here. We working. It's hot out here. Almost 90 degrees out there. The kids are playing in the little palm pool. Tank might be anticipating a lot. That's what it is, Randy. That's what it is. It feels like Tank is anticipating him losing. It feels like that. And he don't want his family to be out there in the front row, because maybe he feels like, damn, that left hook that he keeps on talking about. And you know what? I'm going to say it like this right now. David, Brian, the builder. What's good? Brian. I'm going to say it like this. Let me read you right quick. What's up, David? Boricua, que bonita bandera, la bandera puertorriqueña. Ay! I'm gonna say it like this. Maybe is this. Maybe Gervonta Davis keep mentioning the left hook. You only got a left hook. You only got a left hook. He only probably he keeps on saying the left hook. You know why? Because he wants, maybe is this. I'm just assuming. Maybe he wants Ryan Garcia to throw what's not his strength. It's almost like when somebody is busting your behind in basketball, and he keeps on going right, and he keeps on going right, and he's cooking you going right. I'm cooking you. I'm cooking left hand crossover, going right layup. Left hand crossover, pull up, pull a jump shot. You don't step back. Oh, and then since I'm cooking you, you're gonna be like, but you don't got no left. Boy, you don't got no left. Boy, you don't got no left. Man, you only got a right. You only got a right. Go left though. Yeah, I'm cooking you going right. You can't stop me, right? So I think that's the mind game that I believe that Gervonta Davis is playing. He's saying you only got a left, because you don't want him to use your left. You want Ryan Garcia to be like, man, he thinks I only got a left. Let me show him my right hand. And then I think that's what it is, y'all. That's what it is. I think Gervonta Davis is trying to play the mind games of you only got the left hook because you don't want him to throw the left hook. Just like you don't want me to keep going right when I'm busting your behind on basketball. You want me to go left, so you want to shame me to the left side. Man, I go left, I cross over the right hand and boom with the left hand, step back, a jump shot. I got that too. That's what it is. He's trying to play mind games, but you know something about Ryan Garcia? Ryan Garcia is not falling for the mind games. I see a lot of inconsistency. I see the confidence is not there. That's my assumption. Ladies and gentlemen, Gervonta Davis is a dangerous fighter. But I think it's something about Ryan Garcia. They got Gervonta Davis. It's something about Ryan Garcia. They got Gervonta Davis. That's scary. Huh? It's something about Ryan Garcia that got Gervonta Davis. Yo tengo miedo. It's almost like, hey, don't come to my fight. Don't come to my fight. When you don't want your best support that's pumping you, you don't want them to go to the fight. It's because you don't want them to go to the fight because you don't want to be embarrassed in front of the ladies in your family. Maybe it's that. And look, I'm not trying to bring the ladies. I'm not trying to bring the family. I'm just going by content. All right? No disrespect. All right? I'm just saying this respectfully. That's almost like when you ever got, now a lot of people won't admit it over here. You know what I'm saying? It never happened to me, but a lot of people I know, I'm gonna ask this question, but I know y'all won't keep it real. Have you ever got beat up in front of your girl? Let me ask y'all quick. If y'all want to be real, come on. One of y'all got beat up in front of y'all girl. Come on, at least say you got jumped. All right? How about that? Now y'all won't be like, I got jumped. You know what I'm saying? I was fighting 1D. You know what I'm saying? And I cracked this dude's jaw, and then his boy came from the other side and clocked me and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I do where everybody here, everybody's a winner, right? Everybody's a winner. Come on, somebody tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Have you ever got beaten in front of your girl? Because that's got to be the most embarrassing. How about getting beat up in front of your kids? When your kids think that you superhero, when your kids think that you Avatar, Iron Man, Captain America, Superman, Batman, huh? When your kids look at you like, Daddy, you're the best. You're the strongest man in the world. And then y'all in the mall and stuff like that, or you cut over a guy riding driving and stuff like that, and you stick the middle finger out, dude catch you in the red light, take you out the car and whoop your ass, and then your kid like, Daddy, oh my God. That's the most embarrassing. It got to be the most embarrassing thing. Don't you feel like they strip you from your manhood when you get beat up in front of your woman? And then imagine the guy that whooped your ass wink. He gives your lady a wink. Yeah. Look, I'll just beat up your man. He ain't nothing. Look at this dude, man. That's the dude that you with. How you gonna protect you? Have you ever got beaten up have you ever got beaten up in front of your woman and kids? They gotta feel bad. that got to feel a little embarrassing, right? A little bit embarrassing. I know a lot of guys may not admit it. May not admit it. And your woman looking at you and stuff like that. She put an ice in your face. You looking like Martin. Waiting for Thomas Hearns. You looking like Martin, and Gina is trying to kill your face. Why Gervonta Davis don't want the family in front in the front row to watch the biggest fight in boxing? I feel he's contemplating, he's acknowledgeable that he may lose, and it may be brutal. It may be brutal. He went from Ryan Garcia only got a left hook to it's only a 50-50 fight, and we might go to war. It's going to be war. And basically, I don't want my moms, my daughters, my girl looking at that. Even though that my girl put some shit, put a caca on my toothpaste, I don't want her there. You get beaten up. Hey, yo, Tank, you gonna get beat up. She's gonna put more doo-doo on your toothpaste. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, let me read a couple of stuff. Let me read a couple of stuff. Randy Facts. Preach. Bass from the building. What's good? David, even on my mano. My phone. I'm looking at. I'm looking at. Let me read you. Let me read the members. I think Tank believes the fight is going to go into deep waters. But I don't think the graph is about Ryan's. It's about maybe his mom might feel if she sees him in a war, some goes for his wife and kid. But yeah, but London, his mom and kid and baby mama been to the fights. They went to the last. I mean, his moms went to his last fight. I seen his mom in the locker room. Shout out to his mom. Shout out to Mrs. Brown. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Queen. She was in the fight last time. But why not the biggest fight in the sport of boxing? Why not the biggest and the most lucrative fight? This is the fight that you want everybody to go. This is the fight. This is the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. Not only in the sport of boxing, I'm going to tell you like this. It's probably the biggest night of this year. It's probably the biggest night of sports entertainment. Everybody's going to be locked into this fight. Everybody's going to be watching this fight. All the celebrities, all the ballers, all the athletes. This fight is going to shut down their world, shut down the internet. This is going to be the fight where everybody's going to watch. Don't you want your supporters to also witness it live? Think about it. Can you imagine your mom or your dad or your kids is going to your fights or going to you, but then the biggest to the championship fight, let's say if you were a baller and you be like, I don't want you to go to the game. Why? This is the biggest fight. This is the biggest. No, I don't want you because if I lose. I think Tag do want to pay for his family too. Don't. Oh man, I think Tag, you seen the interview when he was like, "Yo, I think a lot. All I do is go to the gym, to the house, and all I do is just think. I think a lot. I read and think a lot. Maybe Gervonta Davis been thinking too much. I think Gervonta Davis been thinking too much." Oh, maybe is this a promotional stunt? Is he trying to sound vulnerable? And does he want to make it a 50-50 fight if people don't believe there's a 50-50 fight? Does he want to sound more vulnerable? That's what it is. Halim said, "Mama staying home doing the cooking." Let me know, y'all. Let's be real. Let's be real. You cannot tell me whether you would look. If you're a Tank fan, I'm a Tank fan. I love to watch his fights. I pay for all the pay-per-views and stuff like that. Ryan Garcia, I love to see Ryan Garcia fight. You know what I'm saying? I like all these. I like most of these young fighters. Teofimo Lopez, my guy, can't wait for June 10th, Madison Square Garden. Shakur Stevenson, perfect statement that he made, debuting for the 135-pound division. This is the fight that I've been telling y'all. This is one of the biggest fights in the sport of boxing. I love it. But the donkey, are you going to be there? Maybe you can fill in for it. Hey, I thought, nah, G Smooth. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Maybe he can give me a ticket. I don't know. London said, yo, Punch, I think you're going too deep. Tank is afraid of his mother, most likely wife and kids not handle him being in the war. I think he accepting the fact that he may have to go into deep water. So what? How? So what? This is what you do. You a fighter. This is what you do. This is what you do. Huh? Now, if he's doing this for safety, because you know what happens in arenas, you know, people get out of hand, people fights, and you don't want your daughter in the stand. To be honest, I'll tell you the truth. I don't think in certain cities or certain fights there should be little bitty kids in the fights. A lot of people drinking. It could get wild. A lot of emotions is running. The fan bases, especially if there's two fan bases that hate each other, I don't believe there should be little bitty kids out there, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But we're talking about somebody. We're talking about Gervonta Davis and his queen, his mom, and his baby mom. That he's saying that he don't want them. He's excluding them to go to the fight. I just feel, in my opinion, you going? Maybe, maybe. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. We don't know, David. And boxing fan said he saw Fundora get knocked down in front of his family and was like, hey, you saw the crowd when Fundora got knocked down? Everybody was like, you saw the crowd, right? You saw all them ladies and stuff like that. Were like, I was about to say, we want to put my hey, yo, mommy, hey, baby, keep that mouth open. I'm gonna be right. Hey, yo, you saw the whole crowd. They were like, mira, mujer, hey, keep that mouth open. I'm coming right now. See, any boxing fan in the building, David in the building. So you going to the fight? I don't know. We'll see. David in the building. What's good, man? He said purse can change a man. Johnny said a purse can change a man. Diablo, la cartera tiene la cartera también. I don't know. This is it. Yo, come on, man. Look, Tank Davis is changing, man. He changing, man. Saying it's a 50-50 fight before he says, man, Ryan Garcia got no skills like that. Like, listen to the interview. How he don't got all these skills? He's not in your level, but it's a 50-50 fight. How is it as a 50-50 fight? Look, and I saw the whole interview from the beginning to the end. All right, 42 minutes of it, right? You know, good interview too. Good interview. And to be honest, Gervonta Davis has gotten more comfortable in talking and doing interviews and stuff like that. I could see why he's also likable. You know what I'm saying? He don't come off brashy. He don't come off like a a-hole. He don't come out like that. He come like a genuine, humble cat. You know what I'm saying? I could see why a lot of people do like Gervonta Davis also as a person. You know what I'm saying? I could see that now. I don't know about, you know what I'm saying, what happened with his baby mama, what we seen, but that's relationship issues. You know what I'm saying? That's relationship issues. Like, we don't know if his baby mama was cheating on him and stuff like that. We don't know that. And he saw that woman. What you doing over here? You told me that the kids is gonna be with you, and it's where? What? You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You don't know what happens in a relationship, right? But Gervonta Davis don't sound sure of himself. He don't. How is Ryan? This is what Gervonta Davis says. Gervonta Davis says that Ryan only has a left hook. He's saying that it's levels. He's not on my level. He never been in the ring with me like that. I've been fighting since 7 years old. I've seen every style. I've been there with every style. That's what Gervonta Davis said yesterday. But then he says it's a 50-50 fight. And then he says, you know what? I don't want my mom to go to the fight because it could get there. It could be a war. He said it could turn ugly. And what he means is it's not going to just turn ugly for Ryan. It could actually turn ugly for me. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? He didn't mean that it's going to turn ugly. He didn't mean that it could turn ugly only for Ryan. It could also turn ugly for him. And that's the reason why he don't want his family to witness him getting battered and bruised up like Ryan Garcia has the tools to do. He knows it. He knows it, bro. I think that Gervonta Davis feel if he's going to lose, he's going to lose bad. That's how you feel. That's the way that I'm taking it, bro. David said, yo, bro, keeping it real. Tank is playing with everyone's brain. Tank thinks Ryan is an easy fight. He is selling the fight. What he don't know is he facing some that is not scared of him with an elite power. So you think that he's saying, so I could say that too. That's why I said, is he using this as a promotional stunt? Is he, because to be honest, you know what it is? You only use it, in my opinion, you only use the promotional stunt when the fighter is not really known and everybody thinks you're just going to wipe him out and knock him out. So you need to build him up to build the fight. Tank don't have to build Ryan to build the fight. Do you understand? This fight is this fight sells on its own. See, fighters, when let's say like Ryan Garcia, I'm sorry, like Gervonta Davis, he has to build up for Hector Garcia. He needs to, because people don't believe that Hector Garcia is going to beat him. He was coming from the super featherweight division. Nobody, and he didn't got the punching power. Everybody know that Gervonta Davis is going to stop Hector Luis Garcia. So he needs to be nice, more nice than Hector Luis Garcia. Pump him up a little bit. Tell you that he got a good amateur. He a champion. Pump him up like Gervonta, just like Earl Spence had to pump up Mikey Garcia because everybody thought that Earl Spence was going to knock out Mikey Garcia, right? That's how you pump it up. That's the promotional stunt. But when it comes to Gervonta Davis, they shouldn't be no. It's all publicity stunt. I say promotional stunt. You know what I'm saying? I say promotional stunt. Hold on. But man, shout out to Spencer Fearing against showing us love out here in Punchbowl Boxing and go and support his channel. The Fight is Right, Stamina for Sale, one of the best YouTube channels out there. And one of the few that I actually watch. I think that's one of my favorite channels in the YTBC, Stamina for Sale. So subscribe to Stamina for Sale. Shout out to Spencer Fearing against us, showing us love and giving us his time to chop it up live. But yeah, man, I don't know. Gervonta Davis, to me, the way I've been analyzing this fight, the build up to this fight is I have a lot of questions, man. Well, not a lot of questions, but I have the confident questions. I do feel like I don't know. If it's just I'm just going to go by what's in the surface. Put it that way. I'm not even going to assume what he's not saying. I'm going to go by what he's saying. I'm going to analyze the words that's coming out of his mouth. I'm going to analyze like that. Gervonta Davis seems like he's threatened by Ryan Garcia. The stipulation tells us all. He don't want his mom and his girl and his daughter to go to the fight because he believes it's going to turn ugly. It's going to be a war. It's going to be brutal. And not only for Ryan Garcia, but it could be brutal for him. And he doesn't want his family to witness him getting beat down like that. That's what it is. And he acknowledges that the guy that could do it is Ryan Garcia. He didn't do it for Mario Barrios. He didn't care. He didn't care about Rolly. He didn't care about Hector Luis Garcia. For him, that was no threat. So yeah, everybody come see my fight. Watch what I'm going to do to this guy. But Ryan Garcia, hey, I don't think this is the right fight for you to come. It's almost like it's almost like inevitable. I'm gonna get beaten. I mean, I got confidence. Or maybe you remember when Mike Tyson said that he used to get nervous, and then the casual fan would be like, Mike Tyson nervous, man. Doesn't look like he's nervous. He's knocking everybody out. But he's nervous he's fear of losing. I think that Gervonta Davis is fear. He has fear of of his family witnessing him get battered. He don't want his kids to see him not be Superman. See, when he says it's a 50-50 fight, maybe he see it as a 50-50 to himself. I don't know. I think I'm going to win. I don't know if I'm going to win. Ryan Garcia is confident, bro. That's what I see, though. I see Ryan Garcia wanting Gervonta Davis by any means necessary. I see that Ryan Garcia, he got his whole family with him. His mama gonna go. His brother gonna go. His wife gonna go. His baby mama gonna go. His kids is gonna go. Everybody gonna go. Ryan Garcia is confident. I'm telling you, bro. The energy, even when it was out here in New York City, the energy, Ryan Garcia is showing me that he's highly ready. He is ready. He is confident. He said is that he's been studying. My son been studying this. That the only fighter that my son is dialed in for 3 years. That's all he does is study Gervonta Davis for 3-4 years. That's all he does. That's all he wants is the fight with Gervonta Davis. That is like Spencer Freeman, like he alluded to. That's a dangerous man as well, bro. That's a dangerous man. Somebody that's dialed in on you. He don't care about undisputed. This man don't care about belts. He want Tank. I want you. You're my legacy fight. You are the guy that when I beat you, it will define me. I don't care what anybody else say. I don't care. I could be Dev. I could be Loma. I could be anybody in the lightweight division. In the end of the day, you are that threat. You are that guy. I have to beat you. You remember? I don't know if y'all be watching WWE. You remember Ric Flair? Woo! Ric Flair. Hey, yo, you remember Ric Flair when he was trying to get Shawn Michaels to fight him for WrestleMania? And I know it's wrestling, but it's the theatric, the promo. He said, "I need you." he said, he said, "I need you to bring the best out of me, so I could live the rest of my life. Can you do that?" You remember Ric Flair when he told Shawn Michaels, "My friend, I need you to bring the best out of me. I cannot live my whole life not knowing." You know what I'm saying? That's how you looking at Gervonta Davis. I need Gervonta Davis because for real, me beating Devin, me beating Shakur, me beating Loma, me beating anybody in the lightweight division is not gonna quench the thirst. It's not gonna quench the thirst of my legacy. I have to be you. I have to beat you. And I don't think that Gervonta and look, you hear it in the interviews. Every time he always mentioned to the interviewer, Ryan Garcia been calling me out for a minute. Don't nobody was just calling out Gervonta Davis and just asking Floyd Mayweather, "Pretty please, can I get a match with Gervonta Davis?" Yeah, there are people that be calling on Gervonta Davis, but they ain't doing the business moves to get Gervonta Davis. Ryan Garcia did the business move to get Gervonta Davis. Oh yeah, he told Oscar De La Hoya, he was on Oscar De La Hoya's neck. "You better give me that fight. Bernard Hopkins, give me that fight. Go to the board promotion, give me that fight. I don't want to fight. I don't give a damn. They want to call me the pull-out king. I want Gervonta Davis. I don't care if you have a problem with Al Heyman. You speak to Al Heyman now." Ryan Garcia wanted this fight so bad. You got Al Heyman and Oscar De La Hoya talking together, going to dinner together. Dímelo, mi gente, que lo que? Smash the like button, tu pate tronqui. Bassel said, "Tank fanboys are one of the most biased in the sport. Just like Wilder fanboys. I can't stand them. You know, every great fighter got their fanboys and got their conservative fans. I'm a conservative fan of most. There's some fanboys out there that want to enable narratives and things of that nature. All I see For real, my brother Bassel, Gervonta Davis is threatened by Ryan Garcia. That's the only way I could see it. That's the way I'm analyzing these interviews when they talk to each other. That's all I see. Dímelo, André. Dímelo, Mendes. Is it true or is it just an allegation? Him not wanting his family there. Come on, Berenice. I don't lie to the people. I did it. My article. Let me put it right here. Read my article. I'm not playing around. Nah, that's not. That's what he said. Come on, but I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, Mendes, that you would think that I would just spread some allegations like that. Come on. Come on. Come on. You gotta beat the man to be the man. Woo! Tank created a whole new casual fan base. You think so? Nah, I think Gervonta Davis got hardcore fan base as well as his casual fan base. Perdón, Ponchito, Dronke. I just got here. Okay. Apology accepted, my darling. Let me see if I could play you the thing is I don't want to get flagged. That's why. So let me just see if I could just get to the hold on. Let's see. Let me bring it to give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Ads. I'm gonna play the audio. I'm gonna play the audio. I'll play the audio. Hold on.
I've heard you say that you don't like to bring your family to fights that you feel like are going to be a war. Do you feel like this is a fight that you'll bring your family to?
Nah, I don't think so.
I've heard you say that you don't like to bring your family to fights that you feel like are going to be a war. Do you feel like this is a fight that you'll bring your family to?
Nah, I don't think so. Nah, I won't bring them there.
Why? Do you feel like it's going to be a war?
It may be. It can get there. So I think it's more so leave the kids and the woman home.
Yeah,
Sure.
and let the men handle business.
Yeah. Even my mom's, we gotta stay home.
Really?
But my mom is she's tough. But Nah.
See, mom's being at the fight is a mainstay. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen her at the fights. We've seen her talking to you, and you're like, Mom, what's up? You know, and then get back. But even this one,
Nah.
no mom dues.
Nah, it can get ugly.
This is strictly business.
On both sides. This is a 50-50 fight.
I ain't no liar, my friends. I ain't no liar. Now do you feel, my people, do you understand now what I'm saying? Tanky Davis, my little friend, Tanky, he no confident, my friends. He no confident. If y'all want to check this interview out, and I'll tell you the timestamp on that on that part was 30. Is it in 13 minutes and like 45 seconds? He makes it sound like he's right? Right? It makes it sound like he's going to be a bloodshed scene. And you know what? You know what was going to be the title when I wrote the article? It was going to be that he's fearful for a bloodbath, something like that. That's the same thing I was thinking about, Mendes. Now you know what I'm saying. Check out the whole interview. I enjoyed it. It's on Complex. It's exactly, Kev. Shout out to Kev. Samir in the building. What's good, Samir? Now you understand why I'm doing this live? Because now you don't even want your mom, your kids. The stipulations is one thing. You want the catch weight. You want the rehydration, no tune-up. Now you don't want, because you think it's a 50-50 fight, but I thought that Ryan Garcia only had a left hook. You levels above him, but it's a 50-50 fight. It's a lot of inconsistency with Gervonta Davis. I am telling you, it's telling me, I gotta assume it this way, that Gervonta Davis, all the skills and talent, the power, everything he got in that toolbox, he is threatened by Ryan Garcia. Is the only way I see it. You come on, that's the only logical thing I could think of, right? Am I lying? I don't know. Thank you. What's wrong? What has Ryan Garcia? Ryan Garcia is bringing out a Tank Davis that we never seen. Hey, I don't even think that anybody in this team could doubt this. No, I don't want nobody to be like, yo, Punch, you a hater. I'm not no hater of Tank Davis. I always prop Gervonta Davis. I like Gervonta Davis. I believe that Gervonta Davis is needed in the sport of boxing, just like Ryan Garcia, just like Teofimo Lopez, just like Shakur Stevenson, just like Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, just like Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. Now, you know it. Believe this fighters: Katie Taylor, Manny Serrano, Clarissa Shields, Alicia, Bomb Corner, Chantel Cameron. Can't wait for that. Can't wait to see that fight May 20th over there in Dublin. Samia said, Punch, I think it doesn't want his family there because Vegas and Mexican American out if he KOs Ryan. His people and fans going to be talking and could get ugly. But I don't know, man. I don't think it's that. Come on. He's been in uglier situation. He ain't think about that with Rolly. He ain't think about that with Leo Santa Cruz. Did he think about that with Leo Santa Cruz, Samir? Did he think about that with Leo Santa Cruz? No, because with Leo Santa Cruz, he know he was going to knock out. He wasn't threatened by Leo Santa Cruz. Did he think about that with Mario Barrios? Nah, he's not threatened by Mario Barrios. He's not threatened by Mario Barrios. Did he think about that with Pitbull Cruz? Nah. Pitbull Cruz is Mexican. He didn't think about that with Pitbull Cruz. He is, I'm telling y'all, folks, he is threatened by Ryan Garcia's skills and talent, speed and power. Talk about how Ryan dad said he'll throw the towel in if he sees. Why I'm talking about his dad. That has nothing to do with Ryan, though. That has nothing to do with Ryan's confidence. We're talking about Gervonta Davis' confidence. I'm not talking about the confidence of Mama Davis. I'm talking about the confidence of the fighter. But I get it, Big Neezy. I know what I know what you wanted. I know where you wanted me to go, right? You're like, damn, Punch is going, he's going in on Tank. And what about Ryan, though? What about, that's what I mean. Stop being emotional, guys. Stop being beta males out here. is a interview I'm going by. Go check out the Complex interview, my brother. Check out the Complex interview, and he the one that says that he doesn't want his mother or his daughters, his family to go to the fight because it's gonna get ugly, bro. But no. What about Ryan's? What about talk about how Ryan's dad said he'll throw a towel if he sees him getting hurt? Talk about that punch. What about the daddy? Now I know when you get bagged for something, you be like, what about him? Huh? You was that kid in class. You was that kid in class when the teacher said, why you talking? But your boy was talking, and he was the one that's actually was being the jokester, and be like, but what about him? But teacher, but tell him he was talking too. Oh man. Come on, Big Neezy. Come on, don't tell me you one of those. I just feel these stakes are higher for the fight. A lot of invested emotions. Usually, there's a fight with the fans during Tank fights. So I don't know, Samir. So you think that Gervonta Davis said that for safety? Oh man, there's gonna be fights out there. There's gonna be fights out there, so you know. I don't want my family to be subjected to the outside thing. Nah, I don't think so. We was in DC. He's been selling out everywhere. Look, even after the Barclays Center, right? The Barclays Center, they had a fight in the Barclays Center with Gervonta Davis and the Rolly shit, right? There was a fight out there. Wasn't like some gunshots out in Madison Square Garden or something like that? Or I'm sorry, the Barclays. The Barclays, there was like gunshots outside, right? The family went to the fight in the next city. They went to the Hector Garcia fight in DC. There's no paroling. Ryan Garcia, speed and power is a threat to Gervonta Davis, and Gervonta Davis during interviews, he just can't hide it. He can't hide it. I gotta be honest, man. I got to be honest. I mean, that's my assumption. From the stipulation and everything, man. Man, y'all reaching. Let me see. Let me see. Man, y'all reaching. Y'all talking about all of this rehydration clause, stimulation. Hey, yo, ain't nobody talking about Hey, yo, Jonathan Matthews. I don't know. Ain't nobody talking about no stimulations over here. We're talking about stipulations, not stimulation. I don't know what the fuck you doing. What you doing? Jerking off right now? What the fuck is you doing? What you do? Stimulation? What the hell are you talking about? Anyway, let me keep on reading. Well, his dad is the one that said it's not a problem at all because Ryan don't rehydrate over 10 pounds anyway. Oh, why y'all coming over here with the what about him and what about that? What about what you guys are saying, man? Jonathan, talk to me about tell me what you think about the content of the live. Stop being this what about him and her type of people. Why we get those, man? Oh, my Punch is doing the live on this, but Ryan Garcia father said this. I ain't even talking about what Ryan Garcia dad said, or I ain't even talking about what Gervonta Davis' mom says. How much you want to bet Gervonta Davis' mom want to go to the fight? Stimulation clause. They go web stimulation clause. Hey, yo. Typo. It was a typo. Nat's in the building. What's good, Nat? Tank ain't worried about no Ryan. What's really going on? Tank is trying to give Ryan some type of props. So if he wins, it's against Ryan, looks even bigger. Yeah, that shit means. Mundu said, Tank ain't worried about no Ryan Garcia. That's what really going on is Tank. He's trying to give Ryan. Oh, yeah, so that's why he don't want the family to go to the fight. Really? Really, Mundu? That's when you came with the conclusion, right? Nah. Mom, I don't want you to go to the fight. But that's the biggest fight. What you talking about, motherfucker? That's the biggest fight. I'm going to that motherfucking fight. I'm going to that motherfucker. I don't give a damn. Mom, nah, because I want Ryan to think that he's better than what he is. So I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I don't want you to go to the fight and I don't want the kids also to go to the fight. So let me do what I do. I want you to watch it in your hotel. Hotel? How? Now people gonna be like, "Yo, boy, why you gotta, you know, imitate her like that though? Like how you know that she probably sound like Claire Huxtable. Why you try to make her sound ghetto though?" I'm going to that motherfucking fight. I don't know what you trying to say. This is the biggest fight in boxing. Ma, you ain't going to the fight. Yes, I am. Ma, you ain't going to the fight. Oh, yes, I am. I'm going to that bitch. I'm going to that, ma. You ain't going to stop me. You think it's a reverse psychology? I don't know about that. I can understand if you're trying to prop him up. I don't know. I said it was a lot of inconsistency. He's saying in interviews that Ryan Garcia only got a left hook. He's level below. He's level below him. Pause. And then he's saying it's a 50-50 fight. I don't know. Y la ofrenda, mi gente, la ofrenda. Yo estoy aquí, mira, 1 hora, casi 2 horas. No tengo ofrenda aquí. Ay, ustedes son chippy, oye. Mira, yo estoy trabajando, estoy sudando. La film is hot out here in New York City. Mira. 1 hour and 40 minutes. Y la ofrenda, ustedes están aquí. Ustedes creen que la cosa es free today. Ajá. Pero una agüita. Yeah, I was going to do 2 lives today, pero no, así no. Ustedes están chippy, yo no sé. Ustedes no tienen tu income tax today. Mire, yo estoy leyendo la cosa. Dame espera. Espera, I'll poner a esa mía. Ain't Chang. New videos for. Get the mind. He said, ain't Chang said he heard Ryan got hurt with a body shot. Oh, and that's another thing, Samir. He said, yeah, I got my eyes on his camp. Like I want to. He said, I want to know everything. I needed to see him. You saw him in the club. Didn't you see him in the club? I need to see him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about Tank. So he got people spying on him too? He said, I fucks with you, Punch. I hope Ryan get the W, but I don't know. To be honest, man, I could predict it. I win as a fan. Who made the best man win? Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. Shout out to Ryan Garcia. He showed me love. You know what I'm saying? Gervonta Davis, he showed the boxing world love. You feel me? I win as a fan. I already won once we get the fight. So may the best man win. I'm happy that Ryan Garcia took the fight. I like that Gervonta Davis gave him the opportunity to give him the fight that Ryan Garcia been asking for. I'm good. You asked Tank fanboys to be shine show getter when he did wear a purse. Tank round 7. That said Tank round 7. All right. Okay. I don't know, man. I think I'm like this in the air. Sometimes I think Ryan, or maybe Tank, or maybe Ryan. I'm all in the air. I got to make a whole video for my prediction. He said, funny thing is, Tank fanboy is more confident than him. Tank's body language tells it all. Mayweather taught him all that shit. Psychological warfare. I have my eyes on you. Yeah, that's some Flow Mayweather stuff, man. I know. But anyway, ya me voy de aquí. 2 horas, casi 2 horas. Ni un super chat me dan ustedes. Psst. Pero me voy de aquí porque estoy sudando y estoy trabajando. Pero yo no puedo trabajar por free. Hey, for the members, good looking out. Appreciate you, my brothers, my sister. Love you. Probably go live later on. I was supposed to go live. Shout out to Spencer Fearon. Chopping up with Spencer Fearon. Probably go live. Probably later on. Maybe 8 p.m. Eastern time. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. The support is kind of. Anyway, love y'all. God bless and on to the next.